Coming up on this week's episode, it's the community episode, which means you ask us questions, and we just completely ignore them. No, we're going to answer all of your questions in this week's episode of... My name is Fraser.
My name is Kai.
Oh, how are you, sheep Kai?
I'm good, how are you, Fraser?
Yeah, just normal Fraser. Yeah, I'm not too bad. How's your week been? What have you been up to this week?
Not too much, to be fair. I bought some Oreos yesterday.
Ooh, delicious.
But not any Oreos. Lady Gaga Oreos.
What makes them Lady Gaga? What, is Lady Gaga in the Oreos?
See, I don't know. They're just normal Oreos, but the packaging's pink and says Lady Gaga.
Oh my god, she's in the Oreos. I can't believe it. Why?
They're 50p though, so, you know.
Oh my god.
Cheap.
Her career's gone downhill.
Other than that, though, nothing's really gone on this week for me. How about you?
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's not been too busy this week, although, oh my god. I'm not going to go on too long about it, but this week has been painful, quite literally.
Pain.
So, I was supposed to be going to the dentist on Thursday, but on Monday I was like, nah, I'm going to cancel it, and the reason I'm going to cancel it is because I know I'm just going to go there, she'll go, oh yeah, it looks better again, and then that's it. And that's just going to be the end of it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to cancel it. On Monday night, I got a little bit of a dull ache in my mouth. And I was like, oh dear, right, well, I'm sure it's nothing. And I know she said my wisdom tooth was coming through. I'm sure it's nothing. Tuesday, pain. Wednesday, pain. Thursday, pain.
Well, that's not good.
No, not good at all. So for most of this week, I've been in a lot of pain and like absolutely chomping down on those painkillers.
Pain.
But otherwise, I've now not had painkillers at the time of recording for about 30 hours.
That's good. That's good.
Which is really good. The pain isn't really there anymore. So, hopefully that's the end of it. But I just know the wisdom tooth isn't all the way through yet, so I reckon there's going to be more at some point.
So no more pain.
No more pain for now.
No. No more pain.
No more pain for now.
The only reason I say pain like that all the time is because, you know, in Friday Night Dinner, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going.
Where Jim's like, he hits his foot or something like that, and he goes, pain!
Yeah.
Yeah, that like, it gets stuck in my head, and every time I hear the word pain, it's all I can hear now.
For
so
God's
annoying.
sake. That also reminds me of the scene with the red paint.
So much blood!
Blood! It's paint, Jim. So much paint! Iconic scenes.
Good. So good. Well, at least you haven't got any pain anymore. That's good. Pain!
No more pain at all. But the good news is as well, the UK is opening back up for now.
Hey! We're filming this earlier as well because last week we filmed on a Tuesday.
Yep.
I say last week. This week we filmed on a Tuesday. We're now filming on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because
you're going to be a busy
I'm
boy.
away for it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm actually away for a few days, which is going to be good.
And this is also part of the secret that Kai mentioned last week, so
yes,
keep your eyes peeled, because this is very exciting.
Should be out on Friday.
Oh, is that the official announcement date?
I think so.
Ooh.
As long as everything goes well on whilst I'm there.
Oh, okay. Wow, here we go. This is it. We're about to hit the finishing line now.
It's taken a while, hasn't it?
But hey, it's completely worth it.
Yeah.
Before we start this week's community episode, do you know what? I think we should do the secret word straight away. We've never done it so early before, so to keep things fair, let's do it straight away. The secret word for last week was Yashar. So shout out to Royce and Peter, who are the only two that got it.
Bloody hell, where's everyone else?
I mean, to be fair, it was quite a difficult one.
Yeah, you know, I don't blame them.
Yeah, so completely fair enough. The new secret word for this week is going to be chosen by Kai,
pain!
And it is... Pain!
Pain!
So, tweet us at Stuck in the Podcast, pain! To tell us this week's secret word. And of course, as we do every single week, we'll shout you out on the next week's episode if you got it. Okay, it's time for the community episode questions. Do you want to start or should I?
You can start if you want.
Okay, so Jack Fielding tweeted us, would you rather eat a fish eye or eat a sheep's brain?
Brain.
Ideally, neither. Brain! Yeah, I think ideally neither for me, because...
Yeah.
Bleh. But I'm kind of like thinking... I'm thinking of I'm a Celeb here. I'm thinking...
Yeah.
What
Fish eye,
is
you get like that
the hard
glass
bit?
taste, they've always said.
Yeah.
And
the crunch
obviously
in the middle.
fish.
Mm.
And like stuff like sheep's brain, they seem to still not be great with, but they seem better with sheep's brain than fish eye.
It depends how much you have
A
to have
fish
as
eye
well.
pops.
Yeah. That would be grim. That would make me throw up. I think I'll go for brain.
Brain.
Yeah, I think it just makes more sense. I think, yeah, if the portion sizes were different, like if the sheep's brain, you had to eat the entirety of the sheep's brain, then maybe I'd do the fish eye, just for it to go over it, just for it to be over and done with quicker. But yeah, if it was the same portion size, easily the brain.
Yeah, 100%. Cool, thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
The next one is from Nagiza Knife,
Also known as Chloe. I haven't got that written down on this document, so I just thought I'd tell him.
Fair enough. If you could rewatch a show or movie for the first time, like you wouldn't know what happens at the end, so it would be like watching it for the first time. What show/movie would it be? Ooh.
I know what I want to say here. It's also one of my favourite movies of all time.
Oh, I know.
Go on then.
Is it Interstellar?
It is Interstellar. Because you watch so many things happening throughout the movie. I'm not going to spoil it for those who haven't watched it, but I'll say the things which happen. You watch so many things happen throughout the movie, such as why sand falls in a specific way, and why specific books have fallen off the shelf, and why this watch was like ticking. You see all of the reasons like as to why that happens at the very end of the movie, and when you watch it the first time around, you have no idea, just like, oh, bit eerie, oh, bit odd, oh, how can we explain that one then? And there's even like a couple more things which happens near the start of the movie as well, and you're just like, oh my god, at the start you literally can't tie it to anything, but at the very end you're like, oh my god, that's amazing, that's so subtle, and it's hard to say whether it's true, because I doubt it would be like that if the fifth dimension ever... Oh, sorry, spoilers. Sorry, moving on. Or maybe it wasn't a spoiler. Yeah, you get the idea. It's one of those where at first watch through you'd be like, yeah, it just seems like one of those extra events. But then at the very end you're just like, wow. So yeah, Interstellar would definitely be that movie I'd like to rewatch for the first ever time.
Good choice. Good choice. I don't think I've got one, you know. I'm
Surely you've got one. Has there ever been a movie where you've been like really impressed?
Well, no.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I just kind of like, if I've watched it once, I will happily watch it again, no problem. You know, I'm not too fussed at like endings and stuff, unless it's like a really bad ending where I prefer it to be better.
But like, what about like where you've watched the movie, like, oh, there's no reason as to why this happens, but at the very end it explains it, and you're like, whoa. Has there ever been a movie like that?
No.
All right, let's reword it. What about a game? If you could replay
Pokemon.
a game for the first time without knowing anything.
Pokemon.
Why?
Because it's something that I played when I was really young, and I don't know, I just found a lot of joy in it when I was younger, so I feel like if I was to play it now and I'd never played it before, I'd probably find quite a lot of joy in it again.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Just to expand on the game one, because I thought, do you know what, I've actually got an answer for this as well. There's this really, really, really cool game.
Oh, I know what it is.
Go on then.
Is it Monopoly?
No.
Business Tour?
No.
Go on.
No, it's a really cool game. It's made by a bunch of indie developers, and it's a game all about perspective. So depending on where you're looking, like you pick up an item, let's just say a chess piece. You pick up an item, and you're close to it, so obviously it's small. But then let's just say you walk backwards and you look up into the sky, and just by perspective, if you were to look at it in a slightly different perspective, it would appear to be big. You could let go of that item, and all of a sudden it's a big fucking falling chess piece from the sky.
Okay.
That's what the game's all about. It's called Superliminal. And it is easily one of those games where I have never felt so rewarded in my life for figuring out problems. Like, wow, it was amazing. There's this one problem which I'll say just in case somebody ever plays the game, but I don't want to spoil it because it really is one of those games where you don't want to know the answer. You don't want to follow a walkthrough to how you get past the level. Because if you do, yeah, you get told the answer, but it's not as rewarding. It's like when you figure it out. There was one level where I was literally stuck on it for an hour. I was like, Christ. I have no idea what the level is. And I'll just describe the level. You're stuck in a room. It's got like sound padding around the side, so it looks like a recording studio. On one side of a room, there's a bed. On the other side of a room, there's like a little mini street made out of little cardboard boxes. And they look like houses and stuff. And if you go close to it, you can hear noises like the noise of a club. And you go through this door on the other side of the room, and it takes you places. And I don't want to say any more than that because otherwise, like, I want people to experience it. It's one of those where like you have to try and figure out how to move on to the next part of the game, and at surface level. And for the first hour, I was like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I was looking around for any hidden doorways. I was looking around for any hidden objects. I was looking everywhere. I even tried to make myself, because you can make yourself smaller as well, based on the perspective of doorways. I even made myself like a small... Wonderland. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like Alice in Wonderland. So I made myself as small as you could possibly be. And by walking around, you'd literally be walking 1 millimeter every step. I made myself so small, like just to try and find nooks and crannies, and it was not right. I was like, oh my god, I have no idea. And then I restarted a level, and I was listening out, and I was looking out, and then I picked up on one detail that I'd not picked up on before, and I was like, are you supposed to do this? And I did it, and it completed it, and I was like, oh my fuck, what? That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Fair. So I would totally 100% give it a go. It's called Superliminal. It's on Steam. It's a relatively cheap game that is worth so much more. And it's kind of it's one of those games where once you've done it once, you will know all the answers. Right. So I would totally recommend just giving it a raw playthrough. Don't have any help. Don't look for any help. Just figure it out. And when you do figure things out, you're like, wow. So I would love to replay that game again without knowing what to do. Because, yeah, so rewarding. So rewarding.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sorry, I went on for ages there.
No,
but
it's cool.
It's such a good game. I would totally recommend it. It's a puzzle game, and you got to be willing to give it a good shot.
I'll give it a shot.
No, do it. I would totally recommend it. Do it.
Oh, well. What's the worst that will happen? I'll be sat here for like 4 hours, like... Fuck's sake.
The thing is, as well, if I were to watch you do it, I would be like, it would be so difficult for me to not tell you what to do.
Yep, I feel that.
I would easily be able to not tell you what to do.
Yep.
But like, I would totally be like, oh, if you need help, just let me know. But I don't want to give you help as well, because it's way more rewarding. Anyway, thank you, Chloe, for that question.
Thanks, Chloe.
Diamond Hood Gem asked a question about the podcast. Will there be a podcast Discord server? I think it's quite easy for us to say no, there won't be.
I think that's quite a niche sort of thing to have.
Yeah. I could totally see why people would want one as like a little discussion base for what we talk about in the episodes. But at the same time, I think... we have already got our community Discord servers. I've got my server, Kai's got his server, and we actively promote the podcast on those Discord servers. Yes. And I think that's all we need, because I don't know about on your Discord server, but every now and then you do get the odd conversation crop up about the podcast. Like, oh, listen to it today, it's really good. And I think that's all you really need.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think there will be a podcast Discord server. But yeah, thank you for the question. Maybe at some point in the future, if things blow up, maybe. But
I think
at this point in time,
it's not really needed. I think it become like one of those inactive ones quite quickly.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Diamond and Gem.
Yeah, thank you.
The next question is from Stephanie, and she says, "Do you ever think about what it'd be like to have a normal job instead of YouTube?" Yes.
I'll let you go first. No, okay, fine, I'll go first. I do have a normal job.
Yeah.
YouTube isn't my daily driver. YouTube is nowhere near anywhere being close to being a full-time job for me, unfortunately. As much as I'd love it to be, I just simply don't make money from ad revenue, which is like the main income for all YouTubers. So no, I do have a normal job. If you want to class that as normal, it's I do an IT job. I do a mixture of like IT networking, IT support, and system administration, that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting job with quite a few different new things which pop up every now and then. I've learned so much from it. And yeah, I've been in it for almost 5 years now, which is crazy to say.
That is pretty. I remember you like applying for it.
Yeah, and now here we are, 5 years later, almost.
For me, I mean, if you go back like, 4 or 5 years, I was working a normal job, so I know exactly what it's like to have a normal job as well. Same with like my main job. Obviously, isn't YouTube; it's editing. So I guess that's slightly different as well. So yeah, I guess I guess nowadays YouTube is also a normal job to have. You know?
Well, even editing for YouTubers, I'd say that's normal because it's just editing, but you're editing for a different industry. Doing for
like TV and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, you're just editing for a completely different part of the entertainment industry.
Exactly.
And it's a lot more visible because, well, it doesn't need to be visible, but Jack embraces it. Jack embraces Kai as a character on the channel. And it's been made a lot more public. If Jack didn't embrace Kai as a character on the channel, then Kai could still be like a behind-the-scenes editor. Because there's plenty of behind-the-scenes editors you don't know about for plenty of YouTubers. But it's just, with the clients that Kai's worked with, he's been put forward. So, yeah, if you think about it, relatively normal. Yeah.
So, thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks for the question. That was a good question, to be honest, though.
That was.
Wow, this is quite the name.
On. You can say it.
Pinkalekol. Oh, that's Adele at the end. Pinkalekol Adele. Pinkalekol Adele.
Pinkalekol. Fuck.
Pinkalekol
Adele. Pinkalekol. They've said how to say it before. I'm sure.
What about Pinkalekol Adele? Elikola Adele. Otherwise, I don't know.
So should we just say pink?
What about Cola Dele. Pinkella Cola Dele.
Yeah, Pinkella Cola Dele. We'll go with that.
I'm going to go with Pink Elakalak Adele.
Alright, sure. I'm just going to say pink.
Pink suggested. Pink asked, what are your favourite cakes and why? Do you want to go first?
Top cakes for me. I love a good cheesecake.
Oh,
and
yes.
I love a good Victoria sponge.
Oh, yes.
But cheesecake in particular, I went out for my dad's birthday last week.
Oh, yeah.
And for dessert, I had it was a cheesecake on top of like a cookie, like crushed cookie or something like that. You know how it's usually done? But like with cookie instead of like a normal...
Instead of biscuit base.
Biscuit, yep.
Yeah.
And then it had like a dollop of ice cream on it. It had honeycomb scattered across it.
Oh,
very
my God.
Nice.
That sounds delicious.
Nice. And it had chocolate honeycomb as well.
Oh, wow. What? So honeycomb covered in chocolate?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So good. That was in Ask, so if you ever go there, definitely recommend. What about yours, Fraser?
I've got quite a few. I agree with you 100% with Victoria Sponge. I absolutely love Angel Cake as well. Angel Cake is that 3-layered cake where it's like pink, white, and I forgot what the other colour is. I think it's like a yellowy colour.
Oh, yellow. Yeah, yellow.
Yeah, it's so good. I absolutely love those two. I've got a cake in mind, but how can I describe it?
Nice.
Yes. Imagine a Smarties cake where it's like a Victoria sponge, but the sponge on the inside has got like different chocolatey bits scattered all around it, and they're all different colours. So when you cut the cake in half, it's kind of like you've got your standard sponge colour, but then you've got different patches of like different colours, where it's kind of like seeped off of the Smarties.
Yeah.
I've had one of them before, and oh my God, so good.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and do you know what? I love cheesecake as well. I love a lot of cake. The only cakes I don't like are ones which have like coffee in it and carrot cake. No thanks, ruins it.
Yep, I feel that.
Oh, and coconut cake. Ugh, hate coconut.
You know what? There's a YouTube channel called Korean Englishman. Yeah, have you heard of them?
Rings a bell, but I can't say no. I do know them.
Okay, Korean Englishman. It's basically four English people. I think one of them's a priest, one of them's a army cadet or something like that. And
Right.
then the other two are just regular English people, I guess. And they've done a video. I think it's quite recent, and it's like a treasure chest cake for their 3-year-old daughter. I'm gonna send you. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of. I'm gonna send you the link. Yeah, look at that cake in the thumbnail.
Okay. Oh my god!
They made that from scratch from like a Jamie Oliver recipe, and oh my god, that looks amazing. It's got like sweets in it, because obviously they wanted to be like treasure in the middle, so they've like cut out the middle and put sweets in. And all this other stuff, and it's so good.
If you want to search it up and have a look yourself at the thumbnail, the YouTube video is called "We Surprised the 3-Year-Old with a Candy-Filled Birthday Cake."
It's on their other channel, Jolly, so you'll find it there.
And oh my god, that is an amazing cake. I would love to give that a go.
So good. I'd love to do something like that as well, because it's literally like a 16-hour process just to make that cake.
Wow. Have you seen those I mean, I don't even know why I'm saying have you, because I know you have. Do you remember when on TikTok last year everything to do with making cakes look realistic went viral? Yep. And then people were like, oh my god, if this is another cake, I'll just scream.
Yep.
Oh, I remember that. Do you know
Good
what?
times.
I wish I could eat a realistic looking cake.
You could.
I could, but do you know how expensive they are to commission someone to do it?
Obviously, that's why you do it yourself.
Do you think I have the talent to do it?
Yeah. You know, by realistic cake, you could just make like, you know, a dollop.
Yes, this is realistic mud. That's probably the extent of my skills.
It is cake.
No, I would have never guessed.
And then you eat it, and it's actually just mud. I knew I got the recipe slightly wrong. It'd be so good. You know what? Mine kind of links with the next question, to be fair, what I just said. Okay. Which is from Hi Bob. Thank you, by the way, Pink, for your question.
Yes, thanks.
Hi Bob said, who are your favourite YouTubers? And lately I have been watching quite a bit of Korean Englishman. Very funny, very cool. They kind of like eat Korean food and stuff in like different places and like do Korean things in the UK or like in Korea, but they're doing it in the UK at the moment and stuff.
Nice.
Otherwise, been watching some Markiplier again. Enjoying that. Love a bit of Will and E. Trying to think of who else I'm really watching. That's about it, really, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, how about you?
Who am I watching? Oh, do you know what? My now that we've been in lockdown for quite a while, my watch habits have just completely changed. Because we answer this like every few community episodes. I know we've only had 2 this season, this one being the second. But it changed, like we answer this every few episodes, and I can't remember who I said last time, but this time it's completely changed from what I said before. So now I'm kind of going off of the recommendation section a lot more. So I'm not necessarily watching specific channels as much as I once was, but I'm just going off of what appears in my recommendation section. And I'm not saying that this is my favorite YouTuber, but that guy who makes the Subway sandwiches keeps popping up in my recommendation section.
So your favorite is Subway Sandwich Man, right?
Yes, definitely. See, the thing is, I can't even remember his name, which is annoying. But he's completely made his channel off of working for his parents' Subway, and he's gone from like barely any subscribers to like 1.5 million last time I checked.
That is mad.
Which is amazing. No, otherwise, I mean, as well, I am watching Willany as well.
Yeah.
I'm watching. Do you know what? I am watching the Sidemen group channel, but I'm a bit picky.
I've watched a few. Yeah, I'm very picky as well.
But it is quite enjoyable to watch their channel. It's like it reminds me of like good old content. Where you have like all of these teams getting together and making good content together.
What's your favourite thing they've been doing? Like, if you could pick one thing they've been doing lately.
Hold on, let me bring up their channel.
Alright.
So, if I go through some of their most recent videos, I do sometimes enjoy their drinking challenges.
Yep.
Because they're a right laugh. The Sidemen Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old was hilarious. Sidemen Got Talent. Some of it was good, some of it was a bit boring. Mm-hmm. I'm not really a massive fan of the eating stuff. I don't know why people are so like really hyped up about the eating challenges. Like world's most expensive mukbang and eat food from different countries.
Yeah, I'm not massively.
I'm not a massive fan of that. The spending stuff I'm a fan of.
Yep.
Because, it's something I can't do, so I'm happy to see other people do it.
Fair.
There's a good variety on there. A good variety.
Fair. That's good.
But who's my favourite, though? I still haven't answered the question. Who is my favourite? I mean, I watch Mr. Beast as well, but he ain't my favourite. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? I think at the moment, I don't have a specific favourite, which is the first time in a while.
It's hard to have a favourite, though, at this point, Like,
yeah.
Your interests change so often that you probably won't always have a favourite.
Yeah. No, and I mean, my previous favourite hasn't uploaded in absolutely forever, so I can't really call them a favourite because it's just there's no point. They haven't made content.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say for now I don't have one.
Fair. Thank you very much for your question, hi Bob. Do appreciate it.
Rosie has gone and submitted a question. Which body part wouldn't you mind losing? My little toe.
Feet.
Fantastic answer. Thank you for your question, Rosie. She's also asked, what is the best and worst purchase you've ever made?
I could probably answer that on Monday, but not now, because we are going to London on Monday.
I can see where this is going, I think.
And
okay, well, based off of what you've bought so far, then, what is the best and worst purchase you've ever made?
Best purchase. You remember when I got my Nintendo Switch, the first one, back in like 2018 when it came out or whatever?
Yeah.
And I sold it.
Yeah.
So I could afford my main guitar.
Yep.
That was my best purchase, I think.
The Switch or the guitar?
The guitar.
Okay, right.
But if I didn't get that Switch, then I wouldn't have had the guitar, sort of thing, Or,
I see.
No, I would have, but I don't know. But yeah, guitar is my best. And Coda, obviously.
Oh, good. I was gonna say.
Jesus Christ.
Poor
Forgot
thing.
all about that.
Yeah, he's the worst purchase. Bloody hell.
Worst purchase? I don't know, If I make a bad purchase, I usually get rid of it quite quick.
I see, yeah.
Oh, I can say the exact thing that was my worst purchase.
Go on, then.
The replacement chair that I got.
I'm
not gonna brand shame or anything like that, because it's probably down to preference, but it was just so bad.
Yeah, you returned that like within a few days, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Yeah. How about you?
What about me? Worst purchase. There was when I was a lot younger. I bought this touchscreen computer. And it was cool, to be honest. It was nice having the touchscreen part of it, but it was a gimmick. It was one of those things which I used initially just for the sake of it, because it was there. I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. Why not? It'd be fun. But then it got boring really quick. And it was not worth getting a touchscreen computer because I could have easily spent that extra money on a more powerful computer.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's probably my worst purchase. My best one, I mean, I could easily say my current computer build. I'm really happy with that. But I think ultimately, the best purchase I've ever made was the tickets to Orlando.
Yeah, that was a good purchase, to be fair. That was a good holiday. I
loved it. I love life experiences so much, and that is easily the best, one of the best life experiences that I've ever been on. So yeah, that would be my favourite.
Fair. Thanks, Rosie. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, you will see you tomorrow. Although you're saying see you tomorrow on Wednesday, so it would have been a few days past.
Yeah. Yeah, but see you tomorrow when this is recorded. Next question is from Nug, who has said, what's the most backhanded compliment you've ever received? That's a hard one, because I don't really know. I don't think I can answer that,
I think probably at one point in school, I'm not saying this has happened, but I feel like it has, so I might be making it up, I might not. I think someone at one point has said something like, "You're funny for a nerd," or something like that. So it's kind of like one of those where I'm like, thanks, I guess. I'm pretty sure someone has said that during school, but otherwise I think that's the only one I can point out.
Yeah, I've definitely had things like that, but I don't know what it would really... I wouldn't have like a direct quote, I don't think.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's as far as we can go with that, you know?
Oh, actually, I guess this could be one. Are you Skrillex?
Oh, stupid. I'm not going to get back into that story. It was just something that happened in France.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a compliment and an insult at the same time. Depends on how you want to take it.
I mean, my answer was just, do I look like Skrillex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, thank you, Nug.
Yes, thank you, Nug, indeed. JDogMadFresh tweeted us asking, would you want to win the lottery? And he put in brackets, if you won, would you make the news public? And what would you do with the money?
Yes, win. No, not make it public. And what would you do with the money? Buy a house, or two.
Yep.
And rent one out. And that's about it, really. Just do whatever else, survive and have fun with the rest of it.
Yeah, near enough the same answer here. Yes, I want to win the lottery. No, I won't make it public. I'd probably spend it on like a good house, but nothing majorly fancy, because if you get something like a mansion, then you have like all of these massive upkeep costs.
Nothing like that big.
But yeah, a relatively good house in a location of ideal preference. And the rest of the money, I'll probably share it out with some friends, share it out with some family, and spend the rest on life experiences, like properly traveling to some nice places.
Yeah.
First class and all of that. Why not?
Easy answer.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, J-Dog.
Mad Fresh. Quacksalot has said, what colour is the dress?
Blue and black.
I'm going to say blue and black, but I have seen the gold and white before.
I've seen edited versions to try and force you to see the gold and white, but the original picture, blue and black.
It's really weird for me, because I was looking at the same picture when I first saw it, right?
Yeah.
And it was gold and white.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then I blinked, and it was suddenly blue and black, and I've only been able to see it blue and black since.
Dear, oh dear.
And I don't know. But I'd still say blue and black, because it looks nicer.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Quacks.
And finally, a few quick-fire questions about cars from Skyline the Cat. What's your favourite car?
Pass.
Do you not have a favourite?
I'm not really a car person, truth be told.
I thought you were going to say something like Tesla.
Well, yeah, if I could have a Tesla, I'd take it. But I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my like big favourite, but it is very like futuristic kind of, I suppose.
Fair enough. I mean, I would probably say something like the Tesla, because the Tesla is pretty cool. Although I do also like the Audi R8.
Yep.
Because that looks like a really cool car. And there's one other car which I've forgotten the name of. I'm just very quickly looking at it because I fell in love with it on GTA originally. And it was actually one of the first legendary cars I bought on GTA.
Is it a VW Polo?
Yes, definitely that.
Yes.
No, the annoying thing is I can't remember what it's called in GTA, because I'm looking at I'm trying to look for what it's called in GTA so I can look it up and say what is this a replica of? Is it what?
Does it begin with a Z?
Not the Zentorno.
No. Okay, then I'm lost. I can't remember.
No, it's it's gonna annoy me until I found it now. So we'll crack on with the next question and I'll keep looking. What's your opinion on petrol cars?
Fair.
I think they're still needed at this point in time because electric cars are not affordable. So
most places in the UK especially don't have driveways, so you can't like charge your car basically at the moment.
Now that is very true.
It's a lot of street parking in the UK.
Yeah, that is very, very true. So they're definitely still needed at this point in time. What about electric?
Very cool. Very cool. But still quite a bit of way to go, I suppose, until they're like fully like amazing. I mean, they're amazing now, but like, until they're like really amazing, you know, where they can make like 1,000+ mile journeys on one charge, for example. Cheap to run, stuff like that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I totally like the idea of electric cars. I have looked at like the cheaper ones as a alternative to buying a petrol car when I was in need of a new car, and yeah, they just weren't affordable. But if Tesla does bring out their 20,000 range, like about £20,000 car for an electric car, then I reckon that could probably shake up the electric car industry. So,
Easily.
hopefully we'll see prices come down a lot more when he does that. So my opinion on that, really good. Finally, what's your opinions on hydrogen cars?
I do not know any hydrogen cars, truth be told, but
I didn't even know they were
cool.
a thing.
Yeah, neither did I. But it doesn't surprise me.
And I found out the car and what it was based on. So in GTA, it's called an Entity XF.
Okay.
If you want to have a look, I'd recommend probably looking
I know what
up,
you're
to
on
be
about,
completely
yeah.
honest. And it's actually based off of I think it's called a Koenigsegg
Okay.
car. It's
Cool.
based off of one of them. So yeah, that's another one of my favourite looking cars, but that's one of those cars which I'll never ever be able to afford and probably won't ever buy even if I could. But it's a cool
Fair
looking car.
enough. Well, thank you very much, Skyline the Cat, for your questions, and everyone else that gave us a question as well. Thanks if you did leave a question. Sorry if we didn't get through to all of them, but again, we don't really want to answer questions like, do you like cheese on your milkshake? And stuff like that, you know? It's just not...
Yeah.
We're not going to just say, no, thank you, bye. You know?
That, and even if we did answer them, we're out of time anyway. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get around to any more. So, if we did, unfortunately, miss yours, don't worry. There's probably nothing personal. It was literally just because we run out of time now. We've been going for quite a while. And, that is all for this week's episode.
Yeah, stay safe, everyone. Have a lovely time with lockdown easing and whatever else. Stay safe.
Yes. Again. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of... Don't forget to follow us on our Twitter account at Stuck in a Podcast. If you missed out us tweeting, asking for questions, that is because probably either, I don't know, the tweet didn't appear on your timeline, or you don't follow us on our Twitter. So follow us on our Twitter at Stuck in a Podcast, because we ask for you to ask us questions on there when we do community episodes. Also follow us on our personal ones at FraserIRL, at Kai Ross-Best. Follow us here on Spotify as well. We upload every single Wednesday, so make sure you follow us. Get notified as to when we next upload. Yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else you want to say?
Remember to tweet us the secret word, which was said earlier in the episode. So if you've skipped to here, go listen back.
Agreed. Yeah, make sure you do that. If you missed it, then you gonna need to go back now.
Yeah, other than that, no, not really.
Cool, fantastic. Thanks so much for watching or listening, not watching. I mean, you might watch it. You might be watching a progress bar going across. If you are watching a progress bar going across, tweet us. Progress bar. A secret word.
Whoa.
Tweet us progress bar.
Whoa.
And until next time, don't eat sheep's brains, bitch.
Bitch.